there! You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hi there, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is your turkey lurkey, your best pilgrim friend, meaning I will come and steal your land. Dunlap.
They was friends, and now when I grew up, they was friends, but just on Thanksgiving. Was that how it worked out with the Native Americans?
Yeah, I think the story was tensions were high.
Yeah.
But on Thanksgiving, they put all that aside. And everybody sat down and had a good meal. And they're like, you know what? We'll figure the rest of this out later.
That sounds like to me what a lot of families are doing this year with, Trump supporters, Biden supporters, that sort of thing. I would hope they probably, me personally, I was hoping they just wouldn't get together at all, but I guess that's not the case. Millions of people are getting on the airplane, and I guess it's going to set aside the differences. Some of the table they'll be wearing masks, some of them won't be. But
it's good that people in this day and age, after what we've all been through, where it seems like people are at each other's throats, ready to throw hands. People talk about Civil War Part 2, that we can put all that together and come together and try to kill each other in a different way.
Just with if you had, I don't know which way I'd rather die, by gunpoint or the virus. You lay there for a long time. I don't know. Of course, you could bleed out too. You could get shot somewhere you can't move. You'd be there laying a few hours too. I guess that don't guarantee it's quick. So,
I don't know if there's a good. Listen, I'm going to be honest. In America in 2020, I don't know if there's a good way to die.
Yeah,
it's all you're going to be laying there thinking, I can't believe could I work at Walmart? This happened. Like, would this have happened if I worked at TG&Y? You remember TG&Y, Jackie?
What is it?
It was an old-timey precursor to Walmart. I do believe the TG&Y store. Did you ever go down to TG&Y?
Yeah, that's years ago. I don't remember what it's like. That's back when they had Roses. You remember Roses?
I don't. You remember Fred's?
Fred's, I remember. Yeah,
there was a Fred's and a Roses and a TG&Y. Yep. Well, welcome to the. What are we talking about?
Thanksgiving. Hope y'all.
I brought you. I got what you wanted. You said get me.
No.
40 things of mashed potatoes. So I got 40 things of big trays. I couldn't read.
No, I didn't ask for that. You know damn well I didn't. I didn't ask for nothing.
I was drunk when I talked to you, and then I couldn't read my writing. And I think it said 4-ply potatoes.
No, nothing. I don't want nothing.
And I just figured ply meant 10 big things of. So
you ain't coming
40
over.
Big things. What am I going to do with all this mashed potatoes in?
Eat it. Roll around in it. I don't give a damn what you do with it. It don't make a damn to me. I ain't going to be anywhere near whatever it is you're doing with all that mashed potatoes. Take it down to a homeless center or something like that. Well, that's what you should do anyway.
Well, first you said eat it, which didn't sound that bad. And then you said roll around in it, which I'll be honest, I was going to do. And then you said take it to the homeless center. So now I got to do that, and I don't get to roll around in them.
Don't do it in that order.
Plus, you owe me. I don't even know how much.
I don't
it's about
owe you
$200.
No, I don't owe you a damn thing. I didn't tell you to get no such thing. I told you to stay the hell away. I'm trying to have a safe Christmas. I want me and my wife to get through it alive. We're both up there in age. We got medical issues, problems, whatever you want to call it. Both issue and problem. And don't want to get coronavirus and be worse off than I already am.
You said Christmas to Thanksgiving, but it is basically Christmas. Everybody's so depressed this year. Everybody's doing Christmas early. Like we're always like, oh, as soon as Halloween starts, and then it's the turkey, and then it's a Christmas, and now it's just Christmas already. It's Christmas, Jackie. Merry Christmas.
Well, you might as well enjoy Christmas now, because by the time people go and they see the family and come back from Thanksgiving, there ain't gonna be some people. There ain't gonna be nobody there to go back by the time it's Christmas. Just stay home if you got people up in age like myself and my wife. Just don't do it. If you don't have to be old either. You can have some. Sadly, many Americans have health issues and whatnot. So don't make it any worse for nobody. It's sad. I wish I could see people. Some people, not all people, but some people I used to see it every now and then. It'd be nice to see them. I've got family members I miss. I love them dearly, but because I love them daily, I ain't going to go get them sick. Hell, I'll be all right one damn Thanksgiving. Think of all the Thanksgiving, and I know you've all had some. Lord knows even I have. All the Thanksgiving where you did nothing but cuss in the car all the way over wherever you was going. I didn't want to go out. We're going to be here just an hour. You're going to be a damn hour, 30 minutes. All right, I go for it. You know who you are, and there's a lot of you did it. Just think, good Lord, I ain't got to do nothing. You got the best excuse to get out of every damn thing. A real excuse, too. You don't even have to lie about it.
Do you think if I covered myself in these mashed potatoes, my face to toe, that would protect me from the coronavirus if I come down and see you?
No, don't. No.
Well, you said you just said you missed me.
I said some people.
Well, I just assumed.
I see you on the computer more than I see any people that I like in real life.
Computer face don't count. Everybody's trying to say computer face counts. I'm a social person.
Counts too much for me. That's enough.
I can't do a Zoom call with Gentleman Jim's too. It ain't the same damn thing.
That sound better to me. You don't have to smell nothing.
If you want the full experience, sure. You're going to miss out on smells and...
Well, that's a smell, a bathroom smell. A pungent bathroom smell is something I can always be okay missing.
Well, you've been down in that damn bunker basement for 9 months. I figure it ain't... And I know housekeeping ain't stopping by, so I'm figuring down there don't smell that great either.
It don't smell good, I'll say that much, but it don't smell like I just been going in the bathroom all over the floor everywhere, every day.
No, it smelled like somebody go to the bathroom all over the floor every day and then throw a bunch of Comet on top of it.
All right.
And just scuff it around. That's what the bathroom at Jackie's storage smelled like upstairs.
All right.
They just put some Comet on it and then just take them big old shoes and just clomp around on it like, get it.
Rub it in somehow.
Rub it in.
If you're busy, if I'm busy in the kitchen doing a bunch of getting food out for everybody, I don't have time to stop what I'm doing, and somebody ain't there to help me, and somebody make a mess like an idiot, whoever that is, whether it's bathroom mess, throw up mess, whatever. I ain't got time to stop cooking, and I ain't going to get down there and touch it with my hands because my hands are already in barbecue and beans already. I don't want to get nobody sick that way. So you put the Comet down, you stomp it in, you rub it in, just stomp it in. So at least it's still bathroom and throw up, but now it's Comet bathroom throw up. A little better anyway, till I get to it later on tonight.
Folks, it's our 8th anniversary. Welcome to the 8th anniversary episode of Red State Update. 8 years ago in the year 2012. Boy, that seems like a long time ago now. It is 2 high schools, or in my case, 1 high school worth of years, 8 of them. And now here we are on the other side of it. We made it through the second half of Obama and 4 full years. Half of this podcast was Obama.
And half of it, this, yeah. I'm telling you right now, if we go back less than those Obama years, we're going to be embarrassed.
I'll be like, what were we complaining about?
We were mad as hell. We were hot as hell about everything that man did. I remember us just, we raised holy hell. That's what we did on here. But now, I'm sure that don't sound that bad, does it? I don't know why I'm so angry about that. Really? I was that mad? No wonder my blood pressure doing what it is.
Yeah, if you want to go back and listen, I'd advise against it. But I am curious how many times we talked about going to the bathroom, clean up bathroom smell, mess.
Well, that's more than both of those presidents combined, because I know we only talked about that particular president at that time, and I know all the time probably bathroom smell or something come up every now and then. That's part of life, though. I ain't embarrassed by that. That's real life. Yeah, that's part of life. You're going to be dealing with bathroom smell or mess at some point. Or hopefully not too much. Some people, Lord knows, deal with it more than another. But, I mean, one way or another, it's just something we all can relate to. Except for maybe the president and his family. I don't think they've ever cleaned up a bathroom mess. I don't think any of them have.
No, I don't.
Now, one of his boys may have if he spilled cocaine all over the place and messed it. He'd have to clean up. Clean up evidence ain't the same thing. Clean up bathroom mess. It's two different things.
Yeah, it's very different. Very different. Running in to flush something down before the cops show up is different from trying to flush something down because you broke a pipe. Do they even care if the cops, my dad is? That's how they talk. My daddy is.
Well, evidently, his boy don't give a damn. He goes on everything high as hell, and I don't watch it. That's what people say all the time. Look at his eyes. What's wrong with him? He look bad anyway. He don't need to add the drugs to it. He already look bad. He done bad. It's a bad human being. He not a good person. You add drugs to it, it's going to get worse.
I think somebody told him once, you look like you're on cocaine. And he's like, process that as you look like you need to look like you're on cocaine. But he's double looking like he's on cocaine now.
Yeah, just sweating, his eyes messed up,
Yeah, he looks like the 80s shot the late 70s up, and now they're just riding that wave. Welcome to this should be another happy one for you, Jackie. But you don't see the process joy anymore. Trump, he conceded.
Well, he didn't concede. He didn't do that.
As close as he's going.
Close he's going to get. Now, look, it's hard to still feel good because our country has been permanently damaged for years and years to come, for that matter. Maybe permanently. Who knows? We'll have to find out. But definitely for the rest of my lifetime, this country is going to be a total mess. There's nothing you can do about it. It's what it is. People, like right now, what's going on, whether he didn't concede, he just said, Emily, GSA, right? It's GSA Emily. He said, well, she says he didn't say anything one way or the other. She come out, everybody's saying she needs to do a job. They're trying to get this virus out to millions of people all over the damn country. That's going to be one hell of a job. Whoever's doing it, whether you like Biden or not, you need to tell him something because he going to be stuck with it. He going to be doing it. Let's hope he does it for the best, whatever. So they finally decided, okay, we're going to let him do it. But how many weeks was it? 2 weeks, something like that? How long did they not do it? What you're supposed to do when you know who's going to come in and take on after you? Well,
it was just long enough. And you know that Biden needs a little extra time to get from room to room. So it's very unfair in this instance.
Sure. Absolutely is.
Well, every second counts.
GSA Emily, she come out and said, when she finally said, all right, the rest of the getting this money too, you got to give them so many millions of dollars or whatever. But the main thing you need to do, need to talk to FBI, need to know about dangers to the country. Trust me, everybody know about danger to the country right now, but nobody give a damn. They're going to get on a plane anyway. But, he needs to know more about it than, let's say, the president knows. Let's hope they tell Biden a little bit more. Biden will listen. That's the difference. He will actually, hear it all out. Now, will he understand it? Maybe not. They may have to explain it to Biden 2 or 3 times, but that's what they need this time to do. Whereas the president said, I'm watching TV.
They won't even know how to try to explain something to somebody.
Oh yeah, they're everybody out of practice of that. They don't know first thing. They'll be showing. They take out like a children's book with pictures on it and point. And Biden probably get upset, but he may like it. I like it. There's a few things.
I like pictures.
Yeah,
I feel like Biden enjoys things. Like, those were good pictures. Okay, now give me the real report. And then they'll bring out the report. And Biden, that seems like a regular Joe. That's his thing, right? Regular Joe. But that's a long report. All right, let's get it over with. But that, they'll do it. Yeah. They'll be confused when he doesn't stand up 30 seconds in and walk out of the room.
Yeah.
To the vending machine.
Or hush everybody down so they can turn up the TV.
Yeah, does he even hush them down? Does he just start clicking the volume on it?
Yeah, he don't tell them nothing. They know. They probably first few times they just keep talking, trying to talk louder than the TV, and he turn it up louder. Just keep on talking, and get it so loud. Well, hell, I just wait till he's done.
Like wouldn't even know Laura Ingraham could go that loud unless you're in the White House.
Well,
that's AC/DC levels of Laura Ingraham. Like, goddamn. You ever been? So the thing with Trump is he's also old. And I don't know if you've ever been in somebody's house who a hearing aid don't work or hearing aid's messed up and they don't have the hearing aid on or whatever, and just blasting the TV, and you try and talk to your grandma and she's like loading up 20-year-old fruit cocktail into a bag to give you, and you try and talk over the local news. Dan Miller going, and then the wreck on I-65. I can't hear. And you get out, you're just exhausted. You're exhausted from trying to turn down food, exhausted from loud news, and just exhausted from exhausted. That's what it's like, except we love our grandmothers.
Exactly. And you only see your grandmother, maybe twice a month if you're a good grandchild, maybe. These people had to sit in that room with him every day of that, every single day.
I guess it depends on how bad I needed $20.
Yeah. Well, GSA Emily come out and she said, look, nobody put me up to this. Nobody told me or insinuated or anything. I should have been doing this. I was doing this to be on the up and do my duty to the country and do what's best. I'm sure she brought up Al Gore or some mess like that. But then 5 minutes later, the president come out, I told her to do this. So you can't even trying to help him, trying to make him, don't waste your time. You already give 2, 3, how many weeks you spend where you didn't do it. You're already going to go down in history, in the history books.
Let's just assume that she thinks she was doing the right thing, that she thinks the election was stolen, that she thought she was standing up, that she imagines herself sticking a feather in her cap and calling it macaroni. Like, let's imagine that she thought she was doing the right thing, give her benefit of the doubt, even though it was not the right thing. Just say she imagines it was. A lot of people believe, I do think, a lot of misguided, crazy, conspiracy-loving people in the Trump White House who might think they're doing the racist, might think they're doing the right thing. And they can't even get the satisfaction of that because he comes out and shits all over it after they're done. Like, she probably thought, okay, here you go. Nobody told me. And then he comes out and just ruins it. Like, how does that make you feel? Like, everybody's serving this man who they think is the symbol of democracy and freedom and the future of the U.S. of A. And then he shits over him. Every time. Shits over him.
And look,
Sidney Powell.
This woman's been sitting holding this office for what? Maybe 4 years or so? And she ain't watched him do it again and again to people. Fire them. Run their name in the dirt. Said that the idiots are dumb. Of course, nobody knows why he keeps hiring dumb asses. Excuse my language, but he did. He does it. It ain't like you don't. You ain't like you don't know what he's going to do at some point.
It seems a little confusing now because I will say I figured he might try to be nicer to the woman that held up the transition to the next goddamn president. Fired Sidney Powell, one of his lawyers. Giuliani is still there. We all know. I don't know why. What's up with him and Giuliani? Because Giuliani has embarrassed him. One of the few people that has embarrassed him and continues to embarrass him. Usually he fires them, cuts them loose, attacks them on Twitter. Giuliani's still there, still stuff trickling down his face, sweat.
I don't understand it.
hair dye. We don't know what it all is.
Whatever it is coming out of his head. Now, that's what everybody said. Bob Woodward's books and all them reporters behind the scenes said, well, he's got to fill that position. And we always do. It had to be somebody that looked good on television. That was it doesn't matter with their skills, don't matter their experience. They better look good on television or President Trump ain't going to have nothing to do with him. And Giuliani has been here the whole time, his bottom teeth. I mean, there's never been a moment for anybody to look much worse than it did the day he started leaking. How did the president stick with him after that? If you going by how they look and act on TV, that's the worst you can do.
Because he saw it too. You know that Trump saw it because even if he only watched like flattery news that did not show Giuliani leaking, somebody in the White House that hates Giuliani showed Trump a picture. That's why you got to realize that Trump does see all the bad news too, because all the little weasels in the White House are trying to pin it on their enemies.
Yeah.
So he's seeing a lot of this bad news. He may not believe it, but somebody said, Daddy, look what they did. Look at Tucker. Whose side is he even on anymore?
He don't know whose side he's on. Rush Limbaugh also got on radio's what he gets on. And said this legal team has really done a number on the president. Well, the president's the one keeping them. Well, just say the president shouldn't have done it. No, it's just, so yeah. From day to day, there's a lot of Trump people, and they're all mad as hell, and they don't really know who to be mad at. Georgia, Secretary of State of Georgia, I got to be mad at him. I got to be mad at Giuliani. I got to be mad at him. But pretty much just you got to be mad at everybody except Trump. That's it. Get used to it. That's it.
Laura Ingraham trying to let him down easy. Tucker saying, look what was it Tucker said that, look, nobody believes election results. Like 3% of Trump voters believe election results. Like that, you did that. That's
you. There's a reason. There's a reason that don't believe it.
Look at this. Can you believe this? It's been 4 years. I don't know why I'm still amazed, but sometimes I still am.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. You want to laugh at it and think this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. This cannot be real. It's that dumb. And there's 70-something million people that voted for 4 more years of this.
Well, now some of them are turning, Jackie. They're saying don't vote in the Georgia election. If they ain't going to help, they're at least turning against Republicans. If the Republicans ain't going to help Trump battle the Democrats stealing the election from him, sarcasm emoji or whatever thing, then we're not going to help them. We're not going to vote for Republicans in Georgia.
Write in Trump, it said. Don't vote for Perdue or her. Write in Trump. That's fine. That's fine. Me, I don't give a damn. Do it. And I ain't crazy about the Democrats running wild with everything. That don't make me happy. But hell, it can't be any worse than this. Why not? Let me see something different.
Trump has been tweeting Randy Quaid a lot lately, so maybe he's given up on finding people who look good on TV who don't embarrass him.
Did he know who he was? I mean, was it like, oh, I love him. I didn't know he was such a big fan of mine, or was it, look at this crazy man that loves me? That's everyone on Twitter, or at least half of it. So did it? And how many white supremacists that nobody knew about has he retweeted? So I'm curious. Did he know who Randy Quaid was?
It don't look like him. It's hard to
tell. Yeah, he don't look like himself. Yeah, so probably just thought he's another. Yeah,
or it could have been like, hey, he's funny as hell. Do you think he knows though that Randy Quaid's crazy and doesn't care? Because I feel like that's something he would have kept up with. He likes celebrity.
If you like somebody, he's been busy the past 4 years, but I guess that happened before then. Well, you know what I mean. He's dealing with trying not to go to jail every damn day is what I meant.
Watching TV and crying. Little has changed. watching TV and crying. That's why we ain't seen him very often lately.
He's pouting. The most you got was today. You got to do what you do on this here thing half the time. You hold your phone up to the microphone and listen to something. So Juliana and whoever her name was, he was supposed to be there. He was supposed to go. Like, they're going to Pennsylvania. They're going to have a big thing about this election being stolen or whatnot. And, of course, at the last minute, he didn't. He didn't go, which I'm thinking this is what I see in my head. The reason we ain't seen him is because he's like, no, y'all go ahead. No, maybe I'll call you. I don't know. Well, you got to do the turkeys. No, I don't. All right, I'll just come do the turkey real quick. Now I got to go back. Other than golfing, he ain't doing nothing. He's pouting is what he's doing. A big baby, and he's in there pouting. But now he's on the phone again, like the old Fox and Friends days.
This picture of Jenna Ellis holding the phone up to the microphone. Her and Giuliani and Trump on the cell phone on the microphone. It does remind me a lot of this podcast. I do hold my phone up to the microphone a lot. Remember on the Patreon podcast we do over on Patreon when I called Jim and Jim's too, and I forgot to hold the phone up to the microphone?
Yeah, but one time you should have, and you didn't.
See, so they're doing at least better than we are here on this podcast. I've never said I was a lawyer. I'm lucky I got this far. I do think I'd do better than them. I would do better as a lawyer, even though I have no degree and don't understand the first thing about law or what. I would still be doing better than Giuliani. At least. I can be sweaty, drunk, coked out, old looking better than Giuliani can.
Yeah. Nothing probably leak out of your head either.
Probably not. I can't say for sure, but
if something did start leaking, it wouldn't be that bad.
I'm not a pretty man. I'm not what most people's idea of attractive is. I have a raw sexuality.
All right. I don't want to.
But I do. I'm charismatic. I'd say I'm a sort of a charismatic rounder. Is that something? A rounder? What's a rounder?
I don't know. I don't care to know.
But I will say that something leaking out of my head will be more photogenic than something leaking out of Giuliani's head. And it just will be. That's
anybody, yeah.
That's anybody. But I do think that my raw sexuality would kick in.
All right.
A rounder is a person who frequents bars and is often drunk. This would be a good thing for me to hold the phone up and have it read the definition out. But since we in lockdown, we just on the phone ourselves.
Or a computer, same thing, I guess.
Computer phone,
same thing.
Computer face. Everybody computer face. So, Randy Quaid, he's doing his new front-facing character, Randy Quaid. People mad at Fox News. Everybody, Randy Quaid was saying, what is it, OAN? How do you say it? Do you say it?
Well, that's on YouTube, isn't it?
Maybe it was.
It used to be. They took it out. Yeah, if they can't make no money on there, I guess Trump going to have to raise some money for them. Don't you know Trump don't watch YouTube? Let me tell you right now. He know how the TV work. He gets on when it comes to computer. It's Twitter, nothing else. He's flipping between MSNBC, local news, ABC, NBC, CNN, and Fox. That's all he knows. I'm sure somebody tells him, they're saying this on there. Well, good. They sound good to me. I'm going to tweet about that. He ain't watching it.
Pet and pet and pet and pet. Rub and rub and rub. Whisker lickings. Good grub. Cat cuddling club.
So they're hiding money. Mnuchin took $455 billion.
Pitiful.
Put it where Yellen coming in can't get to it without Congress because God forbid they try to help somebody. Like they're just make sure that nobody messes up our policies of not helping nobody.
You know what Biden's going to do if he gets all this money? Probably give it to the American citizens during this crisis. No, sir. We're going to make damn sure if he's going to do it, boy, he's going to have to jump through some hoops to do it. We're going to make sure. Well, what they did is put it somewhere. I don't know how all that works, the treasury. And I don't know. Y'all know who Mnuchin is. Mnuchin, the first day on the job, was the one that held up the money with his wife. They pose in a picture with it. Like, look, we got all your money. Look, we all got you. We got your money now. Well, now he's going to make sure you ain't, nobody getting this money. But you got to go through Congress, wherever he's doing with it. And you know how easy it is to get Congress to approve giving money to people.
Even all this is racist. When the Obamas left the White House, the Republican line on them leaving, it was, they trashed the place. It was just horrible. Just petty and gross and just, I can't believe they left the White House in such a shape. Just like racist landlords. With Mnuchin, the line people are saying about Mnuchin is, they're hiding the money where Biden can never figure out how to get to it. Like they're these geniuses. They're just assholes.
Yeah, Trump pulling all the troops out of Afghanistan, leaving those people to die. Literally, people that work with us, helped us all these years to fight terrorism. Now, pulling them out. They'll be halfway home, but when Biden gets in, it sticks with Biden. He either going to have to leave them there or send them back, so he's just going to leave. He's going to mess it up. Now, granted, George Bush, Lord knows I love him, he messed it all up more than anybody else. Probably be messed up permanently because of George W. Bush, his biggest mistake he ever made. But still, Trump ain't done. They're going to mess it. He already pulled out Turkey, left all these people over there waiting. Our allies ain't ever going to trust us again. There are people in Afghanistan who have done nothing but try to help us, and as soon as we're out of there, guess what? They're dead. So leaving that in Biden's lap too. Pitiful.
So should Biden pardon Trump? I know there's a lot of talk. I don't think Biden's really thinking about pardoning Trump.
Hopefully he got his hands full.
But if, let's say, if Biden came out and said, hold on, everybody, I got to make a phone call. And he got his phone out. Somebody brought him a rotary phone. And he calls Jackie Bros up and says, Jackie, can I ask you a question? Here's the deal. I need to know if I should pardon Donald Trump or not. I think it could help the country, but I need you to tell me whether it would or not.
Hell no.
All right, well,
how's that going to help a country? I know Biden, the reason he's in office, the reason that he beat Trump, it ain't because he Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren. No. People, they're Republicans and independents that come over to vote for him because they want things. They don't want big change. They don't want a big different thing. They want to go back the way it was before this crazy man got in there and made everybody miserable every damn day. For most people anyway. If you're ignorant and hateful, sure, you had a good time. You had a ball with you. But everybody else just got damn exhausted with it. So they don't want Biden in there to stir things up, cause trouble, anything like that. But as far as Biden making progressives happy, there's only so much he can do, and there is absolutely nothing he can do for Trumps and the Republicans. Nothing they can do. If he thinks by pardoning him or not going after him or with the Department of Justice or whatever, is that going to bring people to... No, they're going to say the same damn thing about you whether you do it or not. So I say, hell, do it. I don't even worry about Trump. Trump's got his own hands full in New York. Here's who you need to go after. I want you to go after Barr, I want you to go after Kushner. I want you to go after Miller. I got, everybody mixed up in the damn Mueller thing. Get all of them. Let Trump walk scot-free and let them sit from themselves and watch the president. You're the ones that enabled it. You're the ones that kissed up to him, and now he's out there having a big time on Twitter. I'd be okay with that.
Another good punishment for Trump I'd like to see is if he just actually realized that he lost, because we don't know for sure if he knows if he lost or not. If he realizes he lost and he's pouting, like you said, if he doesn't realize he's lost, then he thinks that the election really was stole from him. He's saying the election was stole, and then they show that on Fox News or, on 1 hour, and the next hour they say it wasn't stole, let you down easy. Laura Ingraham trying to let people down easy. Can you imagine if Laura Ingraham was like the doctor that you were seeing trying to give you bad news? Like, well, look at it this way. Like, just the worst bedside. Just imagine her popping up at your bedside. Be like, is it cancer? Like, no, you're actually fine. Jesus, it's cancer. No, I'm telling you, it's fine. Just, she can't say anything that makes you feel good. I mean, unless you're racist, then I guess it just, something clicks. So if Trump is saying they stole the election and he sees it on TV, he's like, yeah, see, I told you. That's the flow of information that Trump. But if this could pierce that bubble of narcissism and fantasy and telling the news what to say to reinforce what you said earlier when you told the news what to say, when you see it, and you go, that's what I was telling the news earlier. Did you hear on TV? If we could get through to that and really make him feel like shit, because that's what I want out of this. I want a country moving forward towards justice and real tangible change after years of stagnant, failed progress on issues that affect people's lives or can killing. If he could, but aside from that, I want him to feel like an asshole. I want him to look at the news and say, Jesus Christ, I look like shit. Fuck, I fucked this up. I want this man who listen, he could go out. Used to, remember in the 80s, Gordon Gekko? He's like a Gordon Gekko, except he doesn't know anything really about the stock market. He's just like a dumb Gordon Gekko, like dumb Wall Street man. If he, at the 80s, that was what American success story could be. You would fool yourself into thinking this son of a rich guy just made himself rich and had sex with Eastern European models. This is an American success story. Oh, look, he went bankrupt and now he's back, taking advantage of all of us. Now he's calling it Fox News. Now he's the president. A real American success. This is all the worst of America, but he could leave right now and say, American success story. I became president. I gave it a shot. In the end, I was too much for you. Or in the end, they took it from me. But you know what? This American success story is going to walk out head held high, a hero. But no, he's just going to whine and complain for the rest of his life. And he's going to stolen election on Twitter on his new account every 25 days. He's going to be begging people for money. Just embarrassing. He's going to embarrass himself. He's already the worst. Look, you don't have to convince me he's the worst, but he could have gone out telling people he was the best like he always has, but he's just going to embarrass himself. He's going to embarrass himself. I want him to realize he's embarrassing himself. I want him to know that he's really hit the bottom rung of life. I want him to know what a piece of shit on somebody's dumb, cheap-ass Kmart shoe that they can't afford to get better shoes because of people like Trump. I want him to know, to realize the narcissism clears from his brain and he sees clearly what he looks like in the mirror, the hateful, the failure, the hair, all of it. I just want him to see all I had, and it added up to this. I failed not only myself, but generations of my family, millions of Americans who cared enough to vote for me in their hatred and rage at the other. I want him to realize You cannot get lower than Donald fucking Trump.
I'm good with that.
How we make that happen?
I don't know.
If you drug cocktail?
Trade out jail for that sounds good to me. I tell you, the people, you know who wants to see him in jail more than any progressive Democrat protester? You know who wants to see him in jail? I guarantee you more than anybody does. There's a few folks, and I tell you the names. It's Marco Rubio. It's a Rick Scott. It's a Ted Cruz. That's a Tom Cotton. They're going to be in limbo. They don't know what to do. You know they all want to run 2024. They can't do nothing with that man.
No, if he's out there pretending to run for president for 4 years and them having to kiss his ass to not alienate his voters, they are fucked.
Well, I wouldn't say it with the language like that, but yeah. Now, nothing to make him happier. Now, they would praise his name. Look how they did. It bless his heart with it, but nothing would make those men happier than him in, white collar, nice place. He could watch TV all day. He'd be fine. Hell, they may even let that man tweet from prison. What do I know? But still, if he was off the streets and wasn't able to run nothing, those guys are going to be happy.
Pet and pet and pet and pet, rub and rub and rub, whisker lickings, good grub, cat cuddling club.
Oh, man, I don't want Marco Rubio to be happy either, though.
No, I don't want any of them to be happy.
How we make them all miserable?
Give money to the Lincoln Project.
God damn it. I knew we were centrists this whole time. I got so mad on Twitter. I got as mad on Twitter at somebody taking a shot at Randy Rainbow as I do when they usually take shots at Obama. Damn it. Shit, I'm too old for this. I want all the kids to win. I know they're right. I'm wrong. I know. God damn, is that what Red State Update is, Jackie, now in 2021? 8 years later on the podcast, 15 years later on the video? Is that somebody say, hey, look at his Red State Update? Oh, I get it. Yeah, they like Pelosi.
Everybody, thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for holding on. We're all holding on these days. Just hold on.
But wash your hands after you hold on.
It depends on what you're holding on to. Yeah, if it's a hand railing or anything like that, yeah, definitely use sanitizer or anything. You don't know who's touched that. Whatever it is you're holding on to, just take a little out. Just take a little. Squirt of it and rub it in your hands.
Hey, Jackie, I got a question for you. Speaking of holding on to things, fucking.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Have a discussion either on this podcast or on the Patreon podcast. Folks, we have a Patreon podcast over on patreon.com/Red State Update, where if you give us $5 or more a month, you get a whole extra 20 minutes with Jackie and Dunlap. The name of it's even called 20 Extra Minutes with Jackie and Dunlap, and we appreciate that. We appreciate everybody listening for free. Hell. But either on this podcast or the Patreon podcast, I do feel like we were talking about people being too full of Thanksgiving turkey to fuck. Were we not doing that?
All right, enough. We were talking about, we didn't say it like that. Just saying after you eat so much you get full, that's not on your mind.
Well, Larry David, Larry David from Seinfeld fame and Curb Your Enthusiasm, the television show?
He's one of them, I guess. Yeah, one of them on there, yeah.
So he has a daughter named Cassie David. It's spelled with Z's. But I'm going to say Cassie. I'm not sure. Cassie David had a book out, and people on Twitter were mad at her writing this essay about being too full of food for dick. And I didn't write it. And
I don't say it that way. I don't want you to tell me another way. But
I think that happened, and they're kind of mad at the nepotism of it. They're like, Jesus Christ, really? This is the best you're going to do? Or whatever. Look, I'm not Twitter. I'm not here to recap Twitter beefs. I'm just saying that I swear we just talked about this, and then that all blew up on Twitter right after we talked about it. I don't mind nepotism. I'm just saying you ain't got to put up with that on here. Like, we had a whole discussion about fucking while full.
All right.
And my daddy works security at Dairy Queen after ball games. And he preaches on the side of the Dairy Queen. That's where they're holding church now. So I don't mind nepotism. Hell, I'm sure my Uncle Ruddy would have killed on Carson.
Hell, I'm grateful that she come out with it and everybody mad at her instead of us.
That's true. That's true. The thing about nobody listening to you is nobody gets mad at you on Twitter.
Oh, good Lord. Can you imagine if anybody listened to this? We would have been strung up, thrown in, it'd be over with by now.
Old white man. Oh, cancel culture. Jesus Christ. Get over yourself.
Well, we'd be, if people paid attention to this, they wouldn't like what we's doing. Most people don't, and that's why nobody listens to it, which is fine with me, like I said.
I don't hear a lot, like, if somebody gets mad, they'll be like, hey, I think y'all meant to say this. Oh, yeah, that's better. That
happens every now and then, yeah. Like,
people very gingerly, like, hey, don't forget.
Y'all were wrong when you said this. That's not
y'all definitely wrong. I think you maybe want Biden to hug too many people, because don't forget about all these dead kids or whatever. And but yes, you're right.
Definitely have the kindest listeners you could ever have. I'd rather have the hundreds of kind listeners that we got than millions of hateful dumbasses. Excuse my language.
Me too. We do have some of the best listeners. And the folks the Patreonists are great. The folks that listen to us for free are great. People that Patreoned us in the past, throw us $1 or $2 for a month or two. Great. Everybody's great. Everybody on here is great. There's so many meanos out there, and y'all are so nice to us. We appreciate you being nice to us, indulging us for these 8 years now, and it's great to know some of y'all.
Yeah, we should have done something special, I guess, for the anniversary, but I didn't know what to do. I'm out of ideas. We've been doing it for damn 8 years. I don't know what else to do. Oh, you can write it. You can do another thing or do this. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm lost.
Is that it? Trump gets out, and we're like, well, shit.
What do you do? I look forward to making fun of Biden. Trust me, there's nothing I'd rather do, as long as he's secure in the presidency.
Really?
Well,
Maybe we stop talking about Trump now. I mean, I know that there is still danger to listen, if we had been talking about this earlier last week, I know it's time for the sponsors. Just a few things, just got to mop up a few things in here, like the bathroom we were talking about earlier. And we'd been talking about, it depends on what day of the week you're talking about. If we'd been talking about this before GSA Emily got, her instructions, we've been like, coup.
Yeah.
And now it kind of seems like, it's part coup. But it doesn't matter if it's part coup. Part coup is all coup. Part coup is all coup.
It's still awful. It's still terrible. No matter how dumb it is, no matter how stupid it is and ridiculous it looks and how embarrassing it is, it's still what it is. And I know Mitch McConnell, he don't know what to do. Bless his poor little soul. He's confused. Just be quiet till Georgia, and then Georgia be quiet till. I mean, they've already ruined it. It don't really matter what it does at this point. It'd be nice if we come out and said, we counted the votes. The person with the most votes wins, instead of the person with the most votes lies, cheats, deceives. Because you know what you've done. This is it now. You think Republicans are just going to do that? No, this is what everybody's going to do now. There's plenty of vindictive Democrats and independents and they're plenty. I mean, this is what it's going to be from here on out. The court here is and this and holler, and I didn't do this and I did that. You got no one to thank but yourself, old Mitch McConnell.
That's the danger when Trump comes into office, normalizing Trump. When he came in because he didn't value America. He didn't value the office of the presidency. He did not value democracy itself. That's what people voted for him for. So why is he going to start doing it now? Why is he going to do it when he loses an election? That's not the time he's going to be like, you know what, democracy's great. It really works for me. I guess I'm a pitiful loser. No, he's going to keep doing the same damn thing he did the whole time, which is pissing all over the Constitution, making a mockery of everything, unless you're some rich, spoiled, white, whiny crybaby.
I think, the part of the reason GSA, something happened is Mitch McConnell figured out, I hope he did anyway, if he didn't, and this just is a fluke, then he needs to figure this out. A lot of people voted Joe Biden and Republican down ticket. Think about that. The people that you need and want voted for Joe Biden. So think about what you're saying and kissing up to Trump and everything else, because they gave you everything else except for that. And if you ain't happy with that, we know Trump ain't, but you better be happy with that. And between now and Georgia, who knows what's going to happen? They tell their people stay home. They say this, whatnot. You get everything you ask for. Republican Party, fine with me if y'all eat yourself alive. Go for it. Go to town. It'll be funny watching it. I'd rather make fun of y'all doing that than making fun of Biden trying to put the country back together, however the hell he's going to do that.
I do think we also need to mention the part where when just a few days ago, we're just going to throw away all the damn votes from Detroit.
It's black people. It's Jim Crow all over again. Make me mad as hell a shake. I tell you, the votes that are crooked and bad, the worst votes, you know which ones they are. They all come from areas where black people live. The hell with all them racist SOBs. I had it with it.
All they had, that's, how can anybody say, Republicans say racism doesn't exist in America when you can see them just talking openly about throwing away votes from black people? Every black city, they say, yeah, we need to throw them votes away. And all Republicans on Twitter, yeah, there's something fishy about them votes. Right? And then in the background of all this, them trying to, I need a list of black cities. What cities have the highest population of black people, and where can we burn their votes? That's happening in the foreground. In the background, you got the Republicans dressed up like a damn Grinch, stuffing the vote trees up a chimney. In broad daylight in America, we're just Cindy Lou Who and sitting there watching, thanking Trump for saving us from the people trying to steal the election, and they're stealing the election like. I don't know. I don't have the physical placement of all that where that's happening. Somewhere there's Republicans dressed up like the Grinch, and there's Cindy Lou Who I think was us, but I'm not sure. Does that mean that she's okay with throwing away black votes? And then over here they're throwing away the black votes. I don't know exactly what the placement.
Well,
the map of it in my head got all turned around, but I hope the point tracked for y'all.
Well, all I got to say is in Mitch McConnell, in his own victory speech, he brought up the inspiration he got from Martin Luther King.
I mean, we should not be surprised that an American election is coming down to throwing away black people's votes. I mean, that's pretty much keeping black people from voting is the story of America.
Pretty much.
So I don't know why we think we arrive at destination Trump and suddenly it's going to be like, and like John Roberts said, yeah, no, we don't need any. I think racism is fixed, right? So we don't need to.
Mitch McConnell said Obama, that's the end of racism. Look at that. Look. We put up with that for 8 years. You gonna tell me I'm racist?
It was like Obama showed up and said, well, here's the end of racism, so now we can be racist as fuck. Let's go, everybody.
It ain't a surprise, but it should be an outrage. I'm sorry. It should. You're right. It's all this country is, but I'm tired of it. Let me put it that way. I'm tired as hell of it. And I wish somebody'd stand up and do the right damn thing. It ain't going to be Republican. That's for damn sure. Pitiful. And there's a couple out there, a couple of them saying this is a bunch of bull. But yeah, from here on out, that's what it's going to be. This election. And then the other one say, I lost it. I won. to get rid of all the black votes. That's what it's going to be. Sound like a great country to me. Hope you got your work cut out for you, Joe Biden. When I said I want to make fun of him, doesn't mean I ain't pulling for him. All right, let me do the sponsors now. Time to do the sponsors. I tell you what, I got a good, it's a sponsor I got this week. I had it last week. And as far as I know, I'm going to have it for a while. I tried to put it the best I could in words. But I tell you what, I just, from what I understand, I wasn't doing a good enough job. So I thought, well, maybe, we've done a little song here, a little song there, a little something like this, something like we used to do on anniversary. Remember, we do something special or something big or whatever, like a store or whatever. I thought, well, let's take some of that and move it to the sponsor, and maybe someone will be happy and quit calling me and tell me to do a better job, or tell me they're gonna sue me for twice as much money if I don't do what I'm supposed to do. So however I'm going to do it, I better figure out how to do it and do it real quick. Well, I did. And here we go.
Pet and pet and pet and pet. Rub and rub and rub. Whisker lickings. Good grub. Cat cuddling club.
What the hell is that?
That's a sponsor.
How is it a sponsor? It doesn't make any sense. What is it? Your club, the cat club? That doesn't even come in?
I told you it. Cat Cuddling Club is going to be my sponsor for the foreseeable future due to Fancy Feast and their fancy lawyers.
Why would you play that so many times? It doesn't even make sense.
I have to play that at least. Well, it's not. Here was a choice I had. Either I can make a little short thing and play it, or make something this long and have to sit through the whole thing. I figure little short things here and there.
Couldn't they give you a better song than that?
What do you mean? That song, what's wrong with that one? They didn't give it to me. They told me to go come up with something. I did it on my own. I mean, I didn't write it to play the musician. I give them, Church Productions here in Murfreesboro, Sulphur Square.
No.
Church Productions. He does, everybody in Nashville, Murfreesboro musician, and he got recording equipment and whatnot. I called him up. I knew his dad, Bill Churt.
Oh, Bill Churt. Yeah, I know Bill Churt.
His dad, I'm talking about Billy Jr. Well, Bill Jr.,
Billy
but
Jr.
Billy Jr. He changed it to Billy for whatever reason. Okay. He run the one. You got the little production, does little songs and whatnot. You just send him what most people just send him the words, and he comes up and you charge for a fee or whatnot. And I said, well, I know I write little poems and stuff about animals I have in the past, but I tell you what, I'm so damn mad I ain't gonna. All they're doing, Fancy Face and the lawyers getting in my pocket so they can get in my pocket a little bit more. But by God, I ain't gonna take the time to sit down and write a little thing for you. So I had them do it. Billy Churt, and then Decky Alamo.
Oh, Decky Alamo. What's he? Does he sweep up down there?
Well, no, he plays a guitar and all the things. He does all the instruments and whatnot.
Oh, I say Billy Jr. owns it,
he produces it, and he plays all the instrument, and then they got Miss Gwen Daisy Lade to sing it. So
I say, okay, so it's a whole big production down there. So it's Billy Jr. Churt running it. Does Bill Churt ever come down there? And he's the one I used to know. He'd give me a quarter and he'd say, today's a good day to go out there and be a good boy. I'd run into him at the store or at the drugstore or at the flower store.
He was always a nice man, always had change for children. You always hear them big pockets are rattling with change.
Well, that was the thing. We'd hear him and we'd go chase him down, just kind of be standing around outside when he'd come outside.
He had quarter, nickel, dime, every now and then a penny, but mostly always silver change. He loved giving change out to the children. Yeah, you'd hear
silver
him
change.
Silver change, jingle, jingle, jangling. You hear him coming down the street.
Didn't like a penny. If it was a penny day, you'd go home disappointed because you could put 2 or 3 hours in to listening for him, run into where you thought he was, and then
it was far few between time when he had a penny. You didn't see much of that. He was usually always silver chain, yeah.
And he'd be embarrassed too. He'd know that you were embarrassed for him, and that he was embarrassed. And he'd just be like, "I ain't been to the bank."
Yeah. Well, no, he don't go down there that often.
Because he still gives me a quarter. If I see him now, he don't want to. He's old too. I think
he's up there in age. He older than me.
He hurt his back carrying all that change around.
Yeah.
So he's on some kind of. It's not a wheelchair. It's not a board. It's like a board on wheels. It's almost like it's not a skateboard. It's not a walker.
Well, I thought it was one of them fancy we caught segways, and he said, "No, sir, that's not what this is." He got upset about that. The first time I never thought I'd seen one, and evidently I didn't see one. But he got hot about that. And said, "No, it ain't a Segway." It is not. Yeah,
it's just
he didn't tell me what it was, but he said it sure as hell wasn't a Segway.
Well, it ain't nothing. It's just he nailed some wheels into a plank, a board, and they took a handle off of a Swiffer and glued that on there or something, but it doesn't help him steer. And he just usually he's got somebody pushing him, like hauling his back. But I have seen him kind of kicking around with one foot. It doesn't seem very safe, honestly, and I don't know that he really should be out on his own anymore.
At the each his own, yeah. He don't.
But he will give me a quarter if I run into him. I have to kind of force it, force the issue.
I don't know what the situation was at all. For a while there, him and Billy Jr. weren't on speaking terms, but that ain't the case now. He just don't go down there. He got sensitive ears. He don't like being around all the loud stuff. They're fine now. I thought that was still going on, and
that was what the problem was, because I remember you had to ask him quiet, like if he's seen you, it's because of the change rattle.
Yeah,
it hurt his back and his ears.
Yeah.
So even back then, you'd have to go, "Hello, Mr. Churt."
Well, he approves of Billy Jr. and producer music and all that. It ain't got it. It was personal for a while, but now it ain't. He just don't go. They're fine. I don't think they're getting. They think they are getting together this Thanksgiving. I told them to think twice about it, but what are you gonna do?
Well, you can't stop everybody from loving their family.
And I told Billy Jr. I said, can you do this on your own? I don't want you to bring a bunch of people down there because of singing in a room, you get virus all over, a microphone everywhere else. And he said, no, it'll be fine. We're wearing masks and all this stuff, wear gloves. He said he knew what he was doing, so all right. But yeah, he had old Decky Alamo play all the instruments, and I guess he wrote the words. And Miss Gwen Daisy Lay is a singer on it. And sure enough, I'd happy to pay for it because, like I said, they was going to take the money out of my pocket one way or another.
Well, what'd that cost you? Like $45?
Oh, about $700 right there.
What the fuck?
Hey, watch your mouth. It's about $700.
$700.
If I did, it would have cost me $4,000 to keep,
Holy
shit. Keep Smyrna Meacham, my lawyer. It would have cost me that. It was $700 or $4,000 to fight it. I've hated
$700. I can't.
You can have $700 to write a little song. That's fine. That's a professional studio. You can't ask him to do it for free for
that song.
Tell people how much you think people get paid for McDonald's song or whatever commercial song is on
$50,
TV.
$60?
No, hell no. It costs more than that.
I think you got robbed. McDonald's ain't paying over $100 for them songs. I guarantee you.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Well, I got to play it at least one more time anyway.
No.
Listen to this. This is quality. This is quality work.
Pet and pet and pet and pet, rub and rub and rub, whisker lickings, good grub.
mean I wanted to pay $700 for it. Don't get me. Don't. I ain't saying that.
I mean, you heard it, and now you're going, well, that's not $700.
Well, no, it sounds fine, and ain't got nothing to have to do with sounds. I didn't want to have to pay for a song to begin with. I don't want to pay a little cat song. I'm already in trouble for them. I sit there. They made me change my club name. I couldn't have Gravy Lovers in it, so they made me change the name on that.
Should we go through the whole story? Just
I ain't gonna go.
People may not be familiar with what's been going on, Jackie. So I
would love to tell people what I really think of Fancy Feast, but I know if I did that, I'd just get more in trouble. So Fancy Feast, go get it, feed it to your cat, whatever. Fancy Feast sponsors the Cat Cuddling Club, which used to be Gravy Lovers Club. Then it was Gravy Lovers Not, which I thought, well, it was funny, but now, hell, yeah, I got to do Cat Cuddling Club is what I got to do. I got to be a sponsor. They didn't like how I was doing it last week. They said I could have had more enthusiasm. I said, well, what do you want me to do? I said, I don't know. You better come up with something or we'll be back in court. So there it is, $700. There's the song. I hope you like it. They got on to me for we had Cat Cuddling Club, which I don't even want to have. We all got to hold cats in it. And then I got in more trouble when I fed the cat surprises.
Oh, yeah, little surprises.
Wasn't supposed to do that. Different brand. You're only supposed to eat Fancy Feast there. So anyhow, I ain't going to bring up who did it. Todd let it slide. He's a new president of a Cat Cuddling Club. He represents Fancy Feast, so he has to come check it out. So, Todd, if you listen, I hope you like it. I can't see why you wouldn't enjoy that. You got Becky Alamo playing all the good music. You got Miss Gwen Daisy Leigh singing. Done at a professional studio, church production. So hopefully you're happy with that. I'll play this for a couple more weeks, and hopefully our dealings are done. I won't ever have to see you again, Todd.
Can we just... First of all, $700. What are you, Mama, going to Sam's Club? And second of all,
right.
Okay, what are the words in that? I don't know if I could make them out. It's pet.
What you do to a cat? I said right. I told Becky just write a little ditty about how sweet and cute cats are, and that's where you pet them and then you rub them.
Did you write any of this? Because I swear I've heard you sing something like that outside with them feral cats outside the store.
I might have. If I did, Becky just got good taste. I didn't know. I didn't have nothing to do writing this as old Becky, and that's part of the money. Hell, it would have cost me probably $400 if I wrote the words myself. But I didn't. I'm not going to do that for Fancy Feast. I'll let Becky do that. There's passion, and there's pursuit of happiness, where you put your heart into something when you write something down, and I'm sorry, I'm just not capable of doing that for Fancy Feast. A cold hard cash is all they're getting from me.
And so then what are the next words in it?
It's pet and rub, pet, rub. I don't know. It was, what is it? Whisker lickings, good grub. That's right. The cats eat, get make a mess when they're eating the food on the whiskers. And Cat Cuddling Club. Yes, yeah.
You know that Whisker Lickings is a brand of cat treats from Purina.
Why?
Whisker Lickings cat treats, a delicious way to bring cats and cat lovers together, which I think is nice. It's not just like, here's something good for cats. It's like, if you notice some distance between you and your cat lately, a good way to bring cats and cat lovers together is with Whisker Lickings brand cat treats. Listen, Jackie, before you get too upset.
I wasn't saying, I didn't write it, but I think Becky was just saying after you eat, a Fancy Feast, Gravy Lovers, that's how it's all got started. The cat's going to end up getting, how a cat does, that gets all over the face on his mess. He licks it off. I think that's what Decky, I don't know if Decky knew anything about. It's what again? What is it?
Available in soft and delicious or crunchy and yummy. There's a tantalizing texture to fit any cat's taste. Your daily dose of togetherness is just a Whisker Lickens treat away. That's that's Purina brand. Whisker Lickens. They've got chicken and seafood, crunchy and yummy. They've got crunchy and yummy tuna. They've got soft and delicious salmon. All right,
I don't care what they got. Now, wait a minute. Who makes her slur? Fancy Feast is Gravy Lovers, right? That's how all this got started. Gravy Lovers, Fancy Feast. Who's Fancy Feast?
Fancy Feast is Gravy Lovers.
Who is slur? However you say it, surprise.
Friskies. Friskies makes.
How many cat foods are there?
I guess you're gonna keep going and find out.
No, I just try. Todd, if you're listening, I didn't know anything about this. You called down there.
Gonna be pissed off. You can't blame it on Killian this time.
I didn't blame it on it. Listen, Todd, I didn't put no. Dick here wrote the words, and I don't think he was writing them that way.
Damn, $700 down the drain.
Well, don't just jump to conclusions. Maybe not. Maybe Todd all of a sudden has a conscience about him. Maybe Todd suddenly just wake up in the morning and hopefully be like a real human and care about other people's and be concerned about individuals who run over because they love gravy.
That don't sound like a Todd I know.
Just think about it, Todd. Just don't say nothing. Can we go back and cut all this out?
Yeah, just you know how to do it. Knock on the countdown to 7 and then.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'll do it when we get done. All right.
Okay.
I'll fix it. Never mind, Todd, I'll fix it.
Wait, what about my damn sponsor, Jackie? I got a sponsor this week.
All right, do it then. Fine.
I know people got damn fucking Thanksgiving to get to, and it's Christmas time on top of it. People need to be out getting their tree because sooner the Christmas, people want a rushing Christmas this year because they want this year to be fucking over with, and I don't blame them. The sooner we get done with this year, the sooner Trump is outside, existing only on lawyers' cell phones, hopefully, like Shocker. He's like a version of Shocker that's only on Jenna Ellis's cell phone. Is that her name? And then I don't want to remember her name. The sooner we get to 2021, I won't have to remember her name. Giuliani will be like, whatever happened to him? Oh, he died alone in a cheap-ass old folks' home in upstate New York. Like nobody would go in there. Like the nurses would be, it's your turn today. Hell, it is. Like 30 years from now, we'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, that was a good way for him to go. We won't have to think about any of these people. That's why we're putting up Christmas trees. The closer we get to a vaccine, that will be frustratingly slow to work. But listen, I don't want to take people's hope away. I don't want people to start looking at Biden and go, oh, man. I want you to look at him and go, yes. Or at least, yeah. And we're nearly there, folks. We're nearly there. So put your tree up. Get them ornaments out and get that turkey on the table. You know the kind of turkey I'm talking about. Sugar turkey. That's right, folks. For too long, this country has been divided. And when I say divided, I don't mean by people who imagine election malfeasance while trying to throw away black people's votes. I'm talking, and people who cast their votes legally and expect things to happen the way they have for a long time. Maybe we should stop wanting things to happen the way they have for a long time because maybe some of that ain't been that great. What I'm talking about is people who like sweet and people who like savory. Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinner right around the corner. It's where you get turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, savory, cranberry sauce, sweet potato casserole, mushrooms on top, marshmallows. You ever get mushrooms and marshmallows mixed up?
No.
Listen, that's why I made some s'mores on a camping trip, and I lived out in the woods for 6 months, thinking that the rocks were after me. Marshmallows, sweet. On your Thanksgiving plate, it all goes together. Then you mush it up with you take a roll apart and you have it in your fingers and you're using it to smush everything up on the plate, the sweet and the savory, the sweet and the savory. But some people are like, why do they got all this savory? My favorite thing about Thanksgiving is the sweet. Well, last week, folks, I introduced y'all to Little Coley's sweet cake stuff. And everybody knows the sweet face of Little Coley, that darling mascot that's up at the cash register whenever you want a 25-cent sweet cake. Or if you want the whole box, they're about $3, and they add an end cap towards the back. Little Coley's sweet cake stuffing for Thanksgiving and Christmas coming right around the corner. And you know, Little Coley's sweet cake stuffing was made with all your favorite Little Coley's sweet cakes. Jackie, what's your favorite Little Coley's sweet cake?
I like all of them. I mean, they all...
Was it the Hunzy bun?
They're all good. They're all sweet. I mean, I like Hunzy bun, yeah. But, I mean, they all got, you know...
How about the oatmeal floof pie witch?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Did you ever have was it you that turned me on to the almost apple hand wad?
I've had a bite of every one of them over the years, and they're all delicious. They're all sweet. You know, if it's got Coley's on it, whether you want something sweet or something salty, either way, if you go Coley's, you're going to be all right. In some ways, you get a Bible page in every bag, too. You get a little scripture. So
yeah. They say, they put that little slip of white waxed cardboard in the bottom so that your Hunzy bun slips off of it, or your hand wad comes right off there. And the Bible page is on the other side of that. They just put a verse. Sense.
Well, they got in trouble legally. I remember they got in trouble. It ain't just me with the lawyers. I tell you, it's everybody in this country. Remember when they got sued by fortune cookies because they tried to put Bible verses instead of fortunes on them, and they got, that's you getting into their territory there. You can't do that.
Well, they got sued by honey. They got sued by bees.
Yeah,
because they weren't using actual honey. So they don't need the word honey. They got Hunzy.
Yeah. Just as good as far as I'm concerned. Tastes just as good.
They ain't real oatmeal in the oatmeal floof, but that's why oatmeal floof is one word. That's why I'm old enough to remember when they called them apple hand wads. Now they're almost apple hand wads, and they taste just the same. They're just as good. Maybe better because there's more truth to it. Did you ever have a devil's food stick for Christians?
If it's Coley's, yeah.
P** nut butter rectangle squares. That's one where we used to be called peanut, then they had to put an asterisk in, then they had to spell the word asterisk out because it still looked too close to peanut. The government gets involved in some things they don't need. Butter, Budder, because people were like, this is not peanut butter, or there's no butter in here. And I said, well, no, we meant butter, Budder.
Well, people gonna complain about anything these days.
Yeah, some people make excuses like, I sent it off to damn church. They did it. It wasn't me. Saucy ball jelly load. Did you ever have one of them?
Probably. I don't remember the name of that, but yeah, maybe.
Outer space whole crunch. Used to be crunch, but they don't technically crunch.
Well, I ain't ate all the candies, but it's probably good. I'll say that.
Nanner slaps. Last week we talked about Little Coley sweet cake stuffing, and you could get one of these flavors and make you sweet stuffing with it, or you can get a bag. It's called a Crazy Mix Mash.
What?
Little Coley sweet cake stuffing Crazy Mix Mash. You ever had that flavor? That's all of them mixed up together in one Crazy Mix Mash.
I eat a couple of them at a time, but I didn't mix it up. No.
You never done a Crazy Mix Mash?
Not me. Not personally.
Man, that gets you high. You just mix all that sugar up. Hell, and you can get that on your Thanksgiving plate. You're like, I want a sweet plate, only sweet. Give me sweet, no savory. Little Coley sweet cake stuffing is for you. But then you turn to the turkey and you say, this turkey is savory. Turkey is by definition not sweet. It is the flesh of a bird. Well, guess what? Now you can get a sugar turkey.
It's put sweet on it.
It's not. That's not a turkey so much as a sort of a shaped, sort of a sugary kind of molded. It's kind of like sugar, like a simple syrup, and also just kind of like a white chalky, like candy cigarettes. The thing about it is it melts. So like as soon as you cut into it, it's vaguely shaped like a turkey, and they spray painted it brown. And then when you kind of cut into it, your knife slides through it almost like air. And yet it still also tastes like chalk, like a sweet, sweet chalk. That's Little Coley's sugar turkey.
Wait, you talk about sugar. We call it hand because it looked like that's supposed to be a turkey. It looked like a hand.
Yeah,
sugar hand. You know how the children used to you draw over your fingers, hold the hand that look a turkey. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's a turkey. What are you talking?
I mean, it looked like a hand. We always call it sugar glove. Some people call it sugar glove, but I know sugar hand. Yeah, I didn't know it had turkey. Whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a turkey. I mean, they paint it the color of a turkey. I guess it looks like a hand, but
a glove, brown like a turkey.
Brown like a turkey glove. If you've lived in America, as long as I have, and not to brag, but I've been here my whole life, and I have seen pictures of hands being turkeys for so long. That's what I think a turkey is. And I think you'll find if you survey people, Family Feud style, that top answer is, yeah, that's a turkey. And then, but no, that's a hand. Like, well, is it anymore? So yeah, sugar glove or Little Coley sweet sugar turkey goes with the stuffing, and if you and you also get sugar sauce, which is like gravy. It's the color of gravy. It's the consistency of gravy, and it heats up, behaves like gravy heat wise. But it tastes like
sweet taste to it,
super sweet. Like damn, like that stuff. You remember that stick? You get a pouch of sugar and you get that stick and you put it in your mouth and you know how you get it wet with your spit and then you put it in the little pouch and then all that sugar candy crystals come up and you suck that off there too. It tastes kind of like that.
Yeah, I like if you're sweet, good. I don't know about putting on a dressing to put it on all over, instead of real gravy, but all right, yeah. I ain't eating none of that. There's nothing against Coley's. I'm ordering out Chinese food this year. I sure as hell ain't gonna cook. Somebody said, "Why don't you get you a heavenly ham? Why don't you get you one of them big, And you know how much that costs? I just paid $700 for a Kit Kat song."
Yeah, and you gonna probably owe that to the lawyers when you're back in court defending it.
Do you jump into conclusions? We don't know. Todd may have liked it. We don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like Todd.